Hello everyone, welcome to Sage Online Academy. This is Ezekiel Chimana. Today team we're going to look at switch statement in C programming, and this is our video number 6 on C programming tutorials for beginners full course. And on our previous video we are looking at if statements. So guys, if you really have a challenge on if statements, please consider clicking this video and you learn everything about if statements, and then maybe you come to this video. So team, if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing to this channel, because we'll be actually doing more videos on many programming languages and also some of the IT or computer science related courses. So guys, without wasting much of your time, let's begin our tutorial. So now we want to look at what is a switch statement in C programming. So normally this switch statement, we use it to select one of many code blocks to execute. So maybe you've got many code blocks but you only want one to execute. That's when the switch statement come in hand. So this is just a cleaner alternative for many if else chains. Like what I've said, we have done the if else if whatever, all those chains. So for you to come up with a better and a cleaner code or a cleaner alternative, you'll be actually going for the switch statement. So now let's look at normally how does the switch statement looks like. So normally you have this switch and then you have what we call an expression here. So this expression is something which is going to be end up being a value, something like that, right? So here we'll be having the cases, maybe case number 1, case number 2, case A, case B, something like that, right? And then after your code there, this is where you put your code that you want to be executed whenever this case is actually the one that was actually chosen. And then you need to break after each and every case. Why? Because if you fail to break, what happens is that it will run all the cases that comes after that case, something like that. So you need to break, which is going out of the switch statement, and then run anything else which is after this closing bracket, something like that. So that's what will be happening there. Then there is what we call the default. The default needs to be there, but it's something which is optional. Just like if we did manage to match the case values to any of these case, then the default is the one which is going to actually execute. Maybe someone actually entered the wrong input, something like that. So that's what happens there. So without wasting much of your time, let's look at the example and we dive into our demo. So this example is actually looking at maybe want to choose or to print the day of the week, right? So here we are just passing the day here, and then it will match this case. So if you put it to there, it will just print that Tuesday, just like that, and then you break something like that. So without wasting much of your time, guys, let's just dive into the demo and try to do something else. So here, guys, I will start by that program where we try to pick the day of the week, right, by just putting day number. Maybe it is 1 day, maybe we just say it's Monday. If it is 2, then it's Tuesday, something like that, right? So what do we do there? Let me just save our variable there, int day there, and let's put nothing there. And what do I do next? I just want to print a statement there. So I use printf. I just say please enter a number between, maybe a number there, and then I'll just say maybe 1 to 4. Let me just let me just stop there just to save time there, and then let me put a /n to skip a line, and then I'll take I'll use scanf to take a value, and then what's the value that I want? It's an integer, so I'll use %d, something like that, to take an integer, and then I'll put the address operator. If you do not put the address operator there, the scanf won't work there. So you need to put this address operator so that it knows where to store the value, right? So it goes to the address of variable day, and then it stores that value that you want, right? So now we want to use our switch statement, right? We've said that here we need to put an expression there, but what we are going to put is just the variable day there. So what happens here is that we are passing a value to this switch statement, right? So the value may be the number that any number that if entered between 1 and 4 there is the one that we are going to pass. So it's either we're going to pass a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, something like that, right? So here we are going to put a case there. So we are going to put case 1 as case number 1. So if you put day as one there, so it will choose this case and run a block of code under this case, something like that. So here my case begin, I'm just going to print out that maybe Monday, because it's just the day of the week. And then let me just put a slash in there, though it's not really actually necessary, but it's just going to run one thing. So I'll put a break there. I'll come here and experiment what happens if you leave that break. Let me just put case 2 there, and then under this case I just want to print, let me just say print f, and then I'll say Tuesday, something like that. So I need to break again, something like that. So that's what you do here. So it will just choose only one case out of all those cases, something like that. So print f, then sorry, instead of this I need to put a case there. Let me just say case 3, and then I will say print f, right? And then I'll just say this is Wednesday, right? Let me just also break this case, right? Then I need to put case 4, and then I'll stop there. Then I'll say print f, something like this, right? Then I'll say this is Thursday, right? And then I'll break, and then I'm going to go without the default, so that you see that it will compare. The default is just it's optional, so I'll compare and run. And then please enter a number. You're supposed to say enter a number there. I'll put a 3, then it will print Wednesday, just like that. So what is happening when I put a 3 here, it will store 3 in day, and then it's as good as here we are just writing 3, something like that, because day is 3. So it will come here and pick this case, and then it will print, and then it will break out of the switch statement, and it will print out whatever, or it will just do whatever that comes after this closing bracket of the switch statement, and it is return 0. So it will just terminate the program. Here we are just say terminate the program, we are done, something like that. That's the return 0. Okay, so here what can happen, maybe if I remove this break, I want you to see something. If I remove this break, I want you to see the behavior there. So if I run this and I put 3, because on case 3 I didn't break that case 3, what happens, it's going to print Wednesday, Thursday. Why? Because it will go, or it will print this, right? So it doesn't see a break there, so it went on to execute case 4. That's why it is very, very important for you to put a break here, just like that, right? And also I want you to see where default came in hand, right? So if I put something like 5, it just does nothing, right? Why? Because 5 is not part of these cases, right? So what do you do here? You need to have that default, right? And what does default do? Maybe I'll just say, oh, you've put a wrong input, maybe something like that, wrong input, or whatever that you want to tell the user there, right? So because this is the last case, the default one, there's no need of breaking, right? I'll talk about something else. Let me just test, and then I'll tell something. So if I put 5 there, it will just say wrong input, and just like that. So what happens here, default is optional, and putting default at the end of this switch statement is what makes it easier in terms of understanding. But trust me, you can also put this default in between these cases, but it's not the good way to do that. But whenever you put default between these cases, do not forget to actually break that default. That's what I wanted to say, right? But you can experiment with it. You can put default in between there. There's no problem with that. All right, so maybe we can just do one more example. Maybe let's just create a simple calculator, right? Let's just create a simple calculator there, where we'll do ask a user to enter maybe 2 numbers, and then we do whatever the operation that the user want us to do. So instead of having day there, let me just have a operator there. Okay, int a and b. Instead, let's just have num1 there. I always want to have, so you are going to take number 1 and number 2, something like that. And then I just always want to have variables that make sense, something like that. Then let me have a character variable, and then I'll name it operator, just like that. So first thing that I want to do is I want to take a character from user, right? So what I would want to do is to print f and say maybe enter, then we ask the user to enter minus or either plus or maybe a division and maybe what else, multiplication, right? So you can just enter any of those, right? And what do we do there? We use scanf, right? And then because we want to take a character, we use %c format specifier. So if it's something which is troubling you guys, you can go, there's a video that we have done for format specifiers, you can check it. I think it's video number 2 or something like that. So you check it and then you'll be able to understand whenever I'm using a character, which placeholder should have to use, or a format specifier that you are supposed to use. So here I'll put operator, something like this, then I'm done with this, right? So I'm now, what's next? I need to take two numbers that I want to add. So I just say, so because I already have this printf, right? So I just say please enter two numbers. I can just say enter two numbers and take them both. I'm sure it can work that way. Enter two numbers, right? Just like that. What do I need? Because I need to take two integers, so let me just put two %ds, because yes, something like that. And here I'll put num1, so the first number will go to num1 and then the second number will go to num2. So I'm overloading this function, but guys, to make it simple, just say please enter first number, then scanf %d num1, then enter second number, then scanf %d num2. But I'm sure you can also do this and it can run without any problem. So here I now need to put operator there, right? I'm sure this could run if I could compile this. I just need to compile. Let me just say compile and run. Yes, it's just running. And if I put maybe these two numbers, whatever, nothing is happening there, right? So what do I need to do here? What I need to do is to actually have the cases, right? So I need the case for maybe subtraction, right? So what do I need to do? Because this is a character, this is how you can write a character in C programming language. You need to put it under those single quotes, right? So that case of minus there, I just want to print out. Let me just try to print out the subtraction of, I will say %d and %d is, then I will say %d, right? So here I'm supposed to have a variable which you're passing a value here and you're passing a value and passing a value here, right? So what do I need to do here? I need to pass num1, right? So not dot operator there, num1, then in num2, right? And then here I need to put the actual subtraction, right, which is supposed to be num1 minus num2, right? Let me just compare this. I want you to see something there. I'm sure the error is actually okay. Here I'm supposed to put the, what do you call it, I'm supposed to put that termination, right? So that's what I want to see there. Here I need to put a minus, and then I need to put a 4 and a 2, and then it will tell you that the subtraction of 4 and 2 is what? Is 2. Just as simple as that. Is it not that simple? That's what you need to do. So guys, because this is a switch statement and this is a case, you need to break, right? And now what you need to do is the second case, which is the case for addition, right? So what do we need to do for case or for addition? We just need to put case there, and then we put our character, which is for addition, it's a plus, and then we put that one, and then we just repeat the same right here, but now we want to change it to what? To addition, something like this. And then we just say, instead of saying here, we are saying the what? The subtraction of, right? It's the subtraction of. So here we just say the sum of All right, so just need to say the sum of percentage d and percentage d is percentage d. So this one will be here and this one will come here, and then here we need to change this one to a plus, and what means this num1 plus num2, the value will be put here just like that. So that's what is going to happen there. So let's just do this, because this one is a case as well, we need to break that one as well. So what I'll do is I'll compile this and then I'll just choose the case for addition. So I'll do this and then I'll see, then I'll put 5 there and maybe a 6, then I'll get that the sum of 5 is 11, right? So guys, what I want you to do is to go and do the case of division and the case of multiplication. If you have any challenge, please put it in the comment section. I'll be able to read it and see, and then maybe I will just reply you. But also, if you have anything that you feel like I can do a video on that one, please just went on to tell me in the comment section. I'm just putting /n there so that whenever I'm running it, it will look nice. Like here, if you look at it, if I run it, so now I'll be putting a plus there, just down there, instead of having it as maybe just those instead of having it here, something like that. So guys, this is the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video up to now, and if you really feel that you get some help from this video, please give it some thumbs, also share with your colleagues, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that we keep on doing more videos for you. Thank you.